The year began with international attention focused on the fighting between Ukrainian and rebel forces in the Donbas region. International pressure finally led to a ceasefire. In February, the assassination of the leading opposition politician Boris Nemtsov, who was gunned down while walking within sight of the Kremlin walls, caused outrage at home and abroad.
This horror that goes on in the two interesting parts of East Ukraine can spread to the whole of this country.
In September, Russia moved to prop up the Syrian president Bashar al-Assad and entered the Syrian conflict.
We have this request and we aim to fight against terrorist organizations.
Under the guise of fighting terrorism, Russia spent the first months targeting Bashar al-Assad's enemies, some of whom are backed by the West. Until the Islamic State blew a Russian tourist plane out of the sky over Egypt. Russia vowed to step up its fight against the Islamic State and increase airstrikes. But then Turkish air forces downed a Russian jet, leading to a furious Moscow cutting trade and military cooperations with Ankara and accusing the government of working with the Islamic State and profiting from their oil. Russia begins 2016 with tense relations with both the West and Turkey, while continuing its military involvement in Syria, where the conflict remains as complex as ever.
The year 2015 showed that Russia is prepared to raise the stakes in pursuit of its large geopolitical goals. We are going to see more or less a continuation of this course in the next year.
As the year ends, the Russian economy is under pressure due to falling oil prices and a bad investment climate. But President Putin has over 80% of the population supporting him, and many are prepared for things to get worse before they get better. Experts predict that the Russian economy is unlikely to recover next year, but the prices of goods are expected to rise, affecting the poorest most. But the question is, will the Russian government be implementing changes to help people face the challenges ahead? Albina Kovalyova, SABC News, Moscow.